Good evening and welcome to Universal Frequentless Mind, a place for superhuman beings like you and I. Tonight we have an interesting guest by the code name Vrb, former Illuminati agent, provocateur. Good evening, Vrb.
Good evening, Montaigne.
It is nice to meet you and do the Freemasonic shake with you. I would like to speak to you on your career as an Illuminati agent. First, let's start off with the beginnings of your career in this amazing field.
Well, it started when I was young. I burnt down several houses when I was young.
Interesting.
I had a fascination with fire. Soon after, I joined Prince Hall.
Prince Hall being a Freemasonic organization.
And I reached a level of 33 and a third.
Okay, 33 and a third. I thought there was only 33 degrees.
No, after that, there's a third. There's the third.
The third. Go into detail as to what that deals with.
Well, that
third
last
after.
third is where you open up your all-seeing eye and you get into the esoterics. At that point, you usually you study with the Rosicrucians, you study with the Knights of Templar, and eventually you join a coven.
A coven.
Yes.
A coven being a Wiccan form of, like a cabal, a group for witchcraft, for witches, an expression for witches.
Yes. And after I studied long enough there and I became so very powerful that eventually those who are the light beyond the light, they approached me.
The light beyond the light. Now explain to me, what is the light beyond the light?
The light beyond the light is those of us who realize that that the holder of the light, the being of light, was indeed the one who is actually our God.
Your God. Okay, so in other words, you're telling me that the Illuminists are a religious organization.
Quasi-religious organization.
Quasi.
We're superhuman beings, so we actually consider ourselves to be like demigods.
So in other words, you're saying that your organization is above mankind, as in above the laws of mankind.
Very much so.
Would you say that your organization controls the world?
Without a doubt. There is no doubt.
Okay. Let's go into detail of the branches of Illuminati that do control the world and how they do it.
Well, we control the world through international money supply, the World Bank, the UN, multinational corporations, control of governments, especially communism,
Okay.
and capitalism alike.
Okay. So you're implying that both ideals were actually designed by the Illuminati?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Intriguing.
We've been around for thousands of years. I personally, I'm 225 years old.
225 years old. From what I understand, I was talking to a friend of yours, and he said that you're the son of a being known as Melchizedek.
Yes.
So that's your father?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. From what I understand in biblical readings, he's a timeless being?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
he is.
Why is this?
Well, he was granted, he's a giant amongst men, and he was granted the ability to ward off death indefinitely.
Okay. From what I understand, he is actually from a super race, alien race, that landed on the planet Earth 6 trillion years ago.
6 trillion years ago, and while he was here, he did things like, back when it was all one mass,
Yes.
you know, and he laid the groundwork for the temples, the Olmec heads.
The Olmecs,
The
yes.
Olmec heads.
Ancient, powerful tribe in the Latin Americas and South America
Yes,
region.
yes, they were giants also, demigods.
Yes.
Yes.
This very interesting because this relates to a passage in the Bible where it says that the sons of God mixed with the daughters of man, and there were giants within the earth. Is this what you're referring to?
This is indeed what we're referring to. A lot of people don't understand that even Adam was one of us, and he stood about 60 cubits tall, you know.
Interesting, very interesting. Our forefather. Okay, you were telling me earlier something in regards to the Bohemian Club. Give us an idea what the Bohemian Club's about and what wild and crazy things an illuminist would do there.
Well, members of the Bohemian Club are usually the most powerful, most influential people on the planet that we allow to be a part of our group. And oftentimes we get together and we decide the fate of the world. And also, you know, in fun, we have barbecues, or everybody will lay around and we'll let flies crawl on the head of our penises. It's a lot of fun. And
that's very interesting that you say that, because from what I understand, the Bohemians like to dance around the fire, correct?
Yes, we do. And we often dance around the fire, and we cut off our hair and throw our hair into the fire.
Okay. Now, the God that you're worshiping, is not this God Beelzebub?
Like I said, there's a legion.
Legion?
There's a legion.
Very peculiar.
Of representatives. There's the Lord of the Light, and like I said, his right-hand man, or you could say like his press secretary, would be Beelzebub.
Okay. The Lord of the Flies. And that's why a Bohemian would place wingless flies on the tops of their penises.
Yes, everything we do involves symbolism, witchcraft, cunning, deceit, lies, you know, generally, you know.
Good old black magic.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in its oldest form, as it was taught to Solomon by the angels, you know, Harut and Marut.
Yes. Yes.
Way back in Babylon.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there's an organization. This organization, I'll come straight with it. This organization, the Fuquilis Worldwide, are the original peoples, the hidden masters, that were the influence for formerly being part of this deceptive society. Tell our audience how they stole the fine arts of Fuquilis and how they tainted it, twisted it, and made it their own, and have deceived mankind, and they're using it to control the planet right now.
Well, after I went so far within the Illuminati organization, and I learned almost all of their secrets, there were still some questions that weren't answered.
Yes.
And so as I looked deeper, I found out that there were those who even preceded them and who taught them, and that they weren't gaining credit.
Yes.
At which point I became aware of the universal Fuquilis mind. And at which point I got in touch with the hidden masters.
Right.
And they let me know in their spaceship what was going on. And I was
So they actually, you were allowed to be in their spaceship, and they informed you of these hidden secrets.
Yes, I was actually subjected to many mind probes, and all of the old information was taken out, the bad information, and the good information was grafted to my genetic structure.
Interesting.
Yes, and I even got to meet Yaqub himself.
Yaqub.
Yeah.
Yes. That's very interesting. That's a man of color being introduced to Yaqub, being the big-headed scientist who formed the white race.
Right, right. On the island of Nippon.
Yes.
Millions of years ago, he grafted.
Actually, it became the island known as Patmos, where John, who the revelation in the book, in the Bible, was revealed to. The revelations were revealed to him on the same island, correct?
Exactly. That's
Yes.
correct. That is correct.
Now, in regards to that, is this the same spaceship that 13 Japanese youths fly, that it circles the Earth, and 13 Japanese youths fly this UFO, if I can call it that,
Yes, you could, yeah.
and are waiting to bring the lost, found peoples.
From the moon. Yeah, I did. You know, this was all new revelations to me. I thought that I knew it all, and
So you actually met these beings. You met the 13 Japanese youths.
yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. And at that point, they informed me that
So they're actually Fuquilis.
they are. They are. Yes, they are.
Interesting.
And I am beginning to understand that even the top level Illuminati are actually Fuquilis.
Hmm.
And they're deceiving.
So are they evil Fuquilis, or are they beneficent
Well, the
Fuquilis?
Fuquilis, they fall outside of labels like evil and beneficent. They're superhuman. They're above.
So they're even beyond. So in actuality, they have allowed this plot to occur so that then, like, they're actually the ones behind it, and that they will crush it, to crush the illusion that exists on this planet,
Yeah,
and
well-
bring the true worship of the one being.
Yes. Well, they informed me when I told them what was going on. They informed me that everything was going as planned. So, you know, the Illuminati plot a plot, and but the Fuquilis are the best of the plotters. So they
I believe it even goes beyond that, because as a Fuquilis, we know that Stiff Mug is behind it all, in actuality, and whom all praise is due. And so even beyond a Fuquilis, because Fuquilis are just mere mortals. They
Yeah.
might be superhuman mortals, but they're mortal.
Well, I was taken to the in the spaceship. I was taken to a black hole, and shown the vastness of the universe.
Yes.
And I was told that this is where that Stiff Mug resided. Yet at the same time, I was told that Stiff Mug resides closer to me than my jugular vein.
Yes, you've revealed this evening a deep, very deep secret of Fuquilism. But I guess that now was the time for the world to know that secret. So, tell us a little about the different degrees. Give us like different traditions you do, things you learn as you go through the different degrees.
Well, in the beginning, you're taught fraternity, and then later on, you're taught the true nature of man.
The true nature of man.
And then you're taught how to create illusions. And then when you get to the 33rd level, they take you, out on a boat somewhere, and they make you affirm that there is none but the one. And then at that point,
Now, but the one, okay, from what I understand, when you enter into this organization, that you must believe in a supreme being,
you must.
okay? An atheist cannot exist in this organization,
No,
correct?
that is correct.
Okay. And as you progress, first you're told that the supreme being that you're worshiping is the Judeo-Christian God, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, as you progress in the degrees of the Freemasonic Illuministic movement, is it true that you slowly learned that the God, that it is not the Judeo-Christian God that you actually believe in?
That you actually believe.
He exists, but he's not who the Goyim are told he is. What is the Judeo-Christian God within the Illuministic framework?
He is the loose. He is the holder of the light, the bright one. He is the true God, as
Yes.
opposed to Adonai, who has misled the Goy for so long.
So Adonai is actually the Judeo-Christian God.
Adonai is, and Adonai actually oppresses the people and does not allow them to be their true selves.
Right. He oppresses them with the law
Right.
that he binds them with.
He does not let them achieve what they really are,
Right.
which is, superhuman.
Intriguing. So the name of this God, you end up finding out, is Lucifer,
Right.
correct?
That's correct.
Now, isn't it also true that the name, the secret name that they give is sometimes Mahabon or Jabolan.
That is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
A good Masonic friend of mine told me this.
Wow, is he
I
alive?
wasn't supposed to know.
Is he alive still?
Actually, he's dead now.
Okay, yeah.
It was.
We were very thorough. At anybody who revealed our secret, we would hunt them down. We would send them, a black dot to let them know that we knew, and
Interesting.
And then afterward, we would often hunt them down and kill them.
Okay. Now, this word, break down what this word means. Ja-bal-on.
Well, Jah is the is God.
Jehovah.
Baal is the
Baal, also known as Baal.
the ancient god of Babylon, and
That Jah actually, Jehovah, yeah. I can't even say the actual name because it's not allowed.
it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Is this not the same God that Baal, the same God that Yahweh fought against?
Indeed, it is.
And that the children of Israel worshipped at one point.
At one point, they did.
Okay. Now the last being On, representing who?
Oh.
Is it not Osiris?
Oh no, yes, it is. And as a matter of fact, it is Osiris.
I believe Shaitan just whispered in your ear and tried to deceive you.
Well, old habits die hard. For a long time, I was a part of the deep organization, and what we would do is we would, deceit was our way. We would.
Did you not for a while when you were attending one of the many schools throughout the world?
I was a Rhodes Scholar.
You were a Rhodes Scholar.
Yes.
Yes. While you were there, was not your roommate Satan himself?
At one time, back when Satan was
He becomes incarnate occasionally.
Yeah, and he was studying with me. We were studying the dark arts. We were studying how to make oneself live longer
Yes.
by eating the flesh of small children.
Of small children. Now, why is that small children are used? Is it because of the pureness of
The pureness and that their life force is so young and so strong because it hasn't. See,
Interesting.
Throughout your life, you use up your life force, and when the younger you are, the stronger that life force is. So we would take them and we would consume their life force to make ourselves.
My God, right now I'm shivering, having knowledge of this.
Well, I mean, after you do it so long, at the first time I did it, it was quite strange, but after a while, I actually got to like it.
Now, when you kill young children, do you actually acquire their energy?
Yes, it takes a lot, and you've got the moon has got to be just right, and the stars have got to be in perfect alignment,
Okay.
with the pyramids,
With the pyramids. Yes. Now, isn't it true that the ancient race that your father came from didn't Melchizedek? Is it not true that the pyramids are arranged in the same fashion that the constellation
Orion is
would
exactly.
be in 12,000 years ago?
Yes,
That's correct.
that's correct.
So Verb, tell me.
Yes,
First of all, why is your code name Verb?
because I get my thing in action.
Because you do your thing in action. Okay.
That's what's
so
happening.
as a former illuminist, you did your thing in action, and that's why. Now, did you name yourself, or did they name you that?
They named me that. After I was introduced into the light, beyond the light, that was the name that they gave me.
I see. Now, did Satan give you this name?
Beelzebub actually gave me this name. I only
Beelzebub.
spoke to Satan a few times.
So Beelzebub is actually a lower level demon.
Yes.
With it
Yes.
that the illuminists
Yes.
worship.
Beelzebub is the brother of Legion.
Ah, yes.
You remember
Now-
Legion? Now,
now-
Legion's famous.
Now Legion is known because in the movie The Exorcist, which is based on a true story that happened back in the 40s and the 50s, this demon went in this young
He
child.
possessed a young child.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
So he's actually even more powerful he's actually a legion of demons.
He is actually, he's one, and at the same time he is many, which is why he is called Legion.
Ah,
You know,
very
Beelzebub is very powerful, but he lost his taste for possessions hundreds of thousands of years ago.
yeah. Currently, he just like whispers in people's ears and makes them place wingless flies on the tops of their penis and masturbate to them.
Right, and cut their hair off and throw it in the fire. He's, you know, he Beelzebub sits at the head of the UN. He sits at the head of the World Bank. You know, Satan likes to go golfing a lot now. You know, he takes it easy while Beelzebub handles
So has
a lot
he
of
ever
things.
golfed with Tiger Woods?
Yes, he has, as a matter of fact. He beat Tiger Woods.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Now, is it true that Tiger Woods' like great performances lately have been due to the fact that he offered his soul in exchange for being famous?
As a matter of fact,
Because wasn't
did.
he actually a pretty poor golf player before this?
Yeah, he was a pretty poor golf player, but he's a witch, and
witch.
he entertained Satan over. You know, he conjured up Beelzebub one day, and he arranged a meeting, and him and Satan went and they played golf, and you know Satan treated him pretty badly out there. So Tiger Woods right there on the spot, he offered up his soul, and Satan took it on a trial basis, you know, and said, you know, depending on, because as you noticed, he tried to renege on the deal, and he hasn't been doing this good lately.
Right.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Never try to deceive the deceiver.
That's true. Isn't it true that, like, on the Day of Judgment, that those who have taken Satan as a friend, that Satan will laugh at them?
Yeah, that's where the whole Fuquilis way comes in. You see what I'm saying?
That's when you learn. That's when you have knowledge of that.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Now that you have the Illuminati's part of your past and you've become a Fuquilist, first of all, what superhuman powers do you have?
First,
Or are you developing?
Well, I've got the hand vortex.
You have the palm vortex. Yes, Nriam Verb.
And I've got, you know, I can, there's telepathy.
Right.
There's, you know, a little bit of levitation.
Levitation.
You know, walking
Excellent.
on water, you know, those type of things, you know, every once in a while on a real clear day I can read, you know, I can do psionic things and make things, you know, move.
Excellent.
You know, with the power of my mind.
Excellent. Well, today, excellent interview with former Illuminati agent. I'd just like to thank you for being on our show. Give me the Masonic hand grip. And what more can I say? What a thrilling show we've had today. And I'd just like to thank everyone for watching and turn in every week. It's a great family show to watch. It's a place for kooks to come and sit back and learn about how the universe actually works. So good night, and may Stiff Mug empower, and God bless. Say good night, my friend.
Good night.
Fuquilism is the return of mankind to the essence of the original teachings of the hidden masters.
When you create a word, you create a way of thinking.
To empower ourselves.
Universal Fuquilist mind.
Make it happen.
Fuquilism, I really don't know what that is or where that came from. One of those acid trips.
Y'all niggas be bugging.
How many blunts you got this?
What club is this y'all be at? 'Cause I'm ready to head out there myself.
itself, universal folkelism.
Donde está la chupacabra?
The uniform of the mind.
The power of community norms creates boundaries of mind and spirit.
The ancient art of Fuquilism.
Press rewind if I haven't blown your mind.
The whole thing about